Money is a sensitive subject. Let's face it, we don't really like talking about it. It makes us uncomfortable, we had bad memories of it, maybe we hold some negative emotions around money. Nevertheless, money is part of the foundation of a successful coaching business, and until we embrace that fact, we're going to find it difficult to build and run such a business. So here's my suggestion. Let me do the talking, and we'll start with a lighter conversation that doesn't go too deep like it would happen in a coaching session. In this video, I want to share with you the money lessons I learned since starting my business. The first one is that people don't pay coaches for their time. I, too, like most other coaches, started off by charging on a per hour or a per session basis. I didn't know any better at the time, and nobody told me otherwise. However, I quickly realized that my charging on a per session basis came from having an employee mindset, of being paid for my time, not necessarily for the value I offer in that time. Let me ask you this. If we were to work together, would you pay the same amount of money to spend an hour being coached or mentored by me as you would to spend an hour playing Scrabble together? My guess is that no, you wouldn't pay the same money. Why not? It's still an hour of my time. It should be valued the same, right? Wrong. I'm looking at it from my point of view. For me, 1 hour of my time is worth X amount of money no matter what I do with that time in a work context. That is an employee mindset. Bums on seats, getting paid the same per hour no matter what they do. From your point of view, however, as the client, my time as a professional, as a service provider, is valued based on the value that I offer to you during that time. From your point of view, 30 minutes with me helping you get results in your coaching business is more valuable than 2 hours playing Scrabble with me. It's not my time that you are paying me for. It's the value that I'm able to offer you regardless of how much time I spend delivering that value. So if you are charging on a per hour or a per session basis, know that you are doing yourself a disservice. You've made your prices about you and not about your client. And time is not what coaching clients pay for. They pay for the transformation that happens after spending time with you, engaged in coaching conversations. The second money lesson is about the affordability of your services, which is not something you should judge. What do I mean by this? I talked about it before, but one of the biggest concerns my clients have is that people will not be able to afford their coaching services. And funnily enough, they have this fear even before deciding how much to charge. Here's the thing about affordability. It is relative to the client. For some people, a price will be completely out of their budget. For some, the same price might seem so low that it's a bit suspicious, and for some, it will be bang on the right price. And since you're not the one buying your services, it makes sense that you shouldn't make a judgment about how affordable they are or they're not. That is for your clients to decide. And the top tip I have for you is to work with clients who are willing and able to pay for your services. Once you know your niche and who you serve, position your coaching services as a potential solution to the problems they are experiencing and price that solution in accordance with the value it offers. You will need to do some research here, and I have plenty of videos on the channel to help with choosing a niche, putting together a coaching offer, creating coaching packages, and more. I will link them in the description box below. Since we talked about pricing, the third lesson I want to share with you is that you cannot reach your financial goals without the right prices for your business model. I talked about business models before, so I won't dwell here, but your prices have to support your financial goals. Let's say you are a part-time coach working only 2 days a week. You offer yearly packages of one-to-one individual monthly coaching sessions, and your goal is to make £20,000 per year in your business. What do you think is the minimum you should charge per package in order to meet that goal, assuming you are fully booked? Have a guess. Do you have a number in mind? You need to charge at least £1,000 per client, and you can work with a maximum of 20 clients in a year. That might not seem like a lot, but remember that you only work 2 days per week, And in those 2 days, you need to find these clients, convince them to work with you, deliver the actual coaching, and deal with all the admin stuff that needs doing. In fact, there are 8 roles you can expect to play in your business, something I talked about in a previous video, which I will link here and in the description box below. Going back to prices, a lot of my clients are surprised when we run the numbers. Firstly, because they assume they'll be able to take on a lot more clients than they physically can. And secondly, because the price they need to charge to meet their goals is higher than they initially thought it would be. However, getting the pricing right will make a huge difference in your coaching business. A Harvard Business Review study showed that a 1% increase in price can lead to an 11% increase in profit, everything else remaining equal. Sometimes selling to more people is not the smartest way to reach your financial goals, and it might not even be possible if you do one-to-one coaching. There are only so many hours you can coach before you literally run out of time. If you need help with pricing your coaching services, get in touch and I would be happy to talk about how I can help. If you're getting value from the video so far, I would appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you're inclined to leave a comment, that would make my day. It really helps to support the channel, and I thank you in advance if you do. Moving on to the 4th lesson, it is not immoral to charge for help or to make money doing something you love. In the beginning, you might have all these questions, ethical dilemmas even, whether it's right to charge people for what you do. If you help people deal with difficult problems, is it ethical to charge them for it? Is it still help if you get paid for it? And the answer is yes. Just as a doctor, a psychiatrist, a therapist helps people overcome difficult problems for a fee, coaches can do the same. The fact that there has been an exchange of money involved doesn't negate the value of what you offer. On the contrary, it affirms the value of your services. I talked a lot about why coaching for free doesn't work and why you should charge for your services, so feel free to explore the channel if you want to learn more about this topic. The second question is, should I be charging for this given how much I enjoy it? Work should be hard. We were taught that we need to work hard for money, and coaching comes easily to you and you love doing it. Yes, you should charge for it and enjoy every moment of doing what you love and being compensated for it. Money is not an issue until it becomes one. And if it does, you might be forced to accept clients that you wouldn't normally say yes to. You might become resentful for helping your clients achieve such amazing results while you struggle financially. You never want to get in that position where you don't love what you do anymore for financial reasons. As long as you offer value, you should charge for it accordingly. The 5th lesson is that your bank account balance does not reflect your competence or your intelligence. It might take a while for you to make your coaching business financially successful. Some people do it quicker, others take longer, but that doesn't mean that if you take longer, you are not as smart or as intelligent or as competent as other people. And it certainly doesn't mean that you are not a good coach. Building a business requires a bunch of other skills in addition to coaching. You might have some of these skills already, and some you might need to learn and practice before you see results. I talk more about the skills you need to build a successful coaching business in a previous video, which I will link here and in the description box below. But don't think for a moment that your bank balance is a reflection of you as a coach or as a person. It's simply an indication of whether you have those skills and how well you are using them. You might be thinking that you need to be a whiz with numbers to have a successful business, which takes us to the 6th lesson. No, you don't need to be a numbers geek to be successful as a coach. Being good with money and being good with numbers are 2 different skills. Accountants, analysts, and other financial professionals need to be good with numbers, and therefore they are required to have certain qualifications in that respect. Being good with money is a different story. The only technical skill you need is the ability to perform basic calculations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We all know how to do that, so there must be something else that makes a difference here, and that something is emotion. The difference between numbers and money is a currency sign, which brings emotion into the equation. So, an ability to manage yourself around money, to manage your mind and your emotions is what it takes to be good with money, not being a numbers geek. Once you heal your relationship with money, that will reflect in your business and your bank account as well. Of course, there are some things that you do need to be aware of when it comes to the finances in your business, but again, they are not so much about crunching numbers, but about understanding the financial implications of your decisions as a business owner. So, to recap, here are the 6 money lessons you should know as a coach. Number 1, people don't pay you for your time, so don't charge per session, charge per package based on the value you add via your services. Number 2, affordability is not something you should make a judgment on. It's for your clients to decide. Number 3, setting the right prices that are conducive to your financial goals will make a huge difference in your coaching business. 4, it's okay to charge for help and to make money doing something you love. Number 5, your bank account balance doesn't reflect your competence as a coach or your intelligence level. And number 6, you don't have to be a numbers geek to have a successful coaching business. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Alisa, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.